1926. In 5 years, I'm going to be 100 years old.
How is school different for you than it was for kids today?
For me, when I was your age, was very different from all the other schools in the country because they were doing the experiment and they had, every class was 1 hour long, and then you would march to another room. You maybe do your arithmetic in another room, and then you'd walk for 1 hour. And we went to school from 8 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon every day.
What was your favorite subject at school?
I think it was history. I like history, and I still like history. How about you? What was your favorite subject?
Maybe science.
Do you know that that's Jonah's favorite subject too?
What did you do when you got home from school?
After school, okay, we would come home and play. We had a lot of kids in the neighborhood, just like you have, and we never had homework until we got into high school. Never had homework to do at night. So when you came home, you just went outside and played. That was it with all the kids.
So that's why school's so long, because we have to do your homework at school.
We did most of the work in school. You would hear it all over the neighborhood. The parents would just call your name. Usually your father, who had a stronger voice. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they just call us in at dinner time. Yeah.
What chores did you do in the house?
You know, I didn't do a lot of chores because my mother never worked. She never worked outside the home, so she was home and did it all. But my brother, I had a brother who was just 15 months older than I was, and he and I had to do the dishes every night. 1 week I would wash them, and the next week he would wash them, and then the other person would dry them. Actually, his name was Louis, which was after his grandfather, but everybody called him Ike. He just had a nickname. They called him Ike, and I don't know where that came from.
Do you remember any toys that you had as a kid?
You know, I didn't have many toys because our family was very poor, so we didn't have money for toys. I know I always had a little doll, but the one thing that I loved was puzzles. And I had one puzzle, and it was a puzzle of the United States. And I used to put it on my piano bench. We had a piano, and I would put it together over and over and over again because it was the only puzzle I had. So we played outside. And I'd have a ball, and I had jacks, I have a jump rope, those kind of things, but not any big toys at all.
Did they have Legos when you were a kid?
No, I never saw, no, I don't know when. We can Google that and find out when they first made them. We had Tinker Toys.
Oh, I think I have those at class. What was your favorite candy?
If you had a penny, you could go down to the store on the corner, and they had all these little boxes of penny candy, and you could buy 1 piece of candy. Sometimes you get 2 pieces of candy for 1 penny. Yeah, so that's what I would like to do whenever I got a penny. Do you even know what a penny looks like?
Yeah, it's brown, and it's really small.
Yeah.
Did you have any, box TVs?
We never had a TV. No, TV wasn't invented until after I was married, before anybody had a TV in their house. Yeah, so I was the first time I saw TV would have been in about 1950, and my brother had one. My brother Bud had one in his little trailer. Actually, they lived in a trailer like like your grandparents do now. And he had a small trailer. I mean, he had a small TV, and I thought it was incredible to be able to see that picture on TV. I think it was 13 inches. We didn't even have a telephone until my dad got his first job at Sears. You know what the telephone number was? 44687. And that was a party line, so somebody else had the same phone. Sometimes you pick up your phone and somebody else will be talking on the phone. It's called a party line. And sometimes you would have 3 people. 3 different homes had the same number, yeah. We had a radio. That was one of the best things. My dad bought a radio, a big radio, stood on the floor. And every night, about 6 o'clock, they would have all these 15-minute children's shows on. Little Orphan Annie, The Lone Ranger and stuff. So we would put on our pajamas and sit in front of the radio and listen to those stories. That was so special. That was really special.
What was your favorite dessert?
Okay, that's a really easy question because my Uncle Bill owned an ice cream factory. About once a month, we would go to his ice cream factory when he was making the ice cream, and then he would open this little spigot and fill it full of ice cream and give it to us. And that was really a special treat. It was just fresh. It wasn't even frozen yet, so it was like frozen custard, which you didn't have frozen custard in those days. So we really liked Uncle Bill. We really liked him when he would give us ice cream because we rarely had it in our home because it was expensive, yeah.
Do you have any pets? Did you have any pets?
We did. We had a dog. We always had a dog. Sometimes it was a different dog. And his name was Tut. T-U-T. Yeah. So, and he was my dad's favorite. He was my dad's favorite, so that's why we always had a dog. Yeah.
What was your favorite vacation?
You know, we never had vacations. I didn't know anybody that went on a vacation when I was little. Oh, just some little cities around our town, like Hobart, to visit my grandmother and stuff. But it was never a vacation because it was just a few miles. We always had a car, and that was unusual. But it was my dad, and so we always had a car so we could drive different places. And it was a Model T, the oldest car you could buy. Yeah. No, but very few cars. In our neighborhood, oh man, maybe just 2 or 3 families had cars. You would ride the streetcar. We had streetcars. You'd walk a few blocks and take the streetcar, yeah.
What kind of presents did you get for Christmas?
You know, we didn't have a whole lot of presents for Christmas until I was 14 years old. I got the best present in my life. My father had finally gotten a good job, and he was working at Sears Roebuck. That Christmas morning, we both got our 2-wheeler bicycles. I was 14 when I got my first 2-wheeler bicycle, and I've always loved biking ever since then. I rode my bike until I was 83.